Craig Biggio has more home runs as a leadoff hitter in the game than Jose Altuve. And the first pitch is a diving attempt by Carlos Correa, but Altuve has his 4th hit in his last 6 at-bats. Isak goes after the first pitch, and he's got a base hit. Drops this one into left. Altuve is going to challenge Harrison Bader and get into third base, sliding safely. First and third, 2 pitches in, the Astros in business. Jordan was going to hit this one into left field, deep enough to score Altuve. Bader's going to make the catch. Throw will come into second, and the Astros are on the board. Jordan Alvarez with his team-leading 5th run batted in on the season, and it's 1-0. Walker off the end of the bat into right center field. Long run, not being able to get there is Matt Wallner. Paredes goes first to third. Astros have 3 hits in their first 4 batters as Walker singles into right center. Swing a little dribbler in front of the plate. That's a fair ball, and it won't be able to score the run. Wow. That ball went about 2 feet fair, and no chance for Paredes to come down the line with the ball sitting in front of home plate. High fly ball to right. That will not get the job done. This ball will head to Matt Wallner, and that'll do it for the Astros in the first. And Harrison Bader in left field batting 9th. Base coach for the Twins. And there's a line drive base hit. Wallner makes the turn but holds up here. Zach DeZenzo gets the ball back in. Wallner was off with the last pitch. He's off with this pitch as well, and that's ball 4. But Correa, who was down 0-2, ends up drawing a walk. Got ahead of Correa 0-2 and then walked him. Now he's 0-2 on Buxton, and Buxton into deep left. Altuve at the warning track makes the catch. Both runners tagging. Correa bluffed. It goes back to first. Wallner gets to third. Deep fly ball off the bat of Byron Buxton. That ball's hit high in the air to right field. Pretty deep. Should be deep enough to score the run. Wallner's going to tag. DeZenzo gets behind the throw. And it's kind of towards the middle of the diamond. That'll be a sacrifice fly. And a run scored for Trevor Larnach, the DH. And there's a line drive into right field. Correa will go first to third. Twins have their 3rd base runner of the inning. Their 2nd base hit as Castro singles into right. Into right center field, pretty well hit. DeZenzo back, and this ball's off the wall. Played there by Zach, but 2 runs are going to score. Correa crosses the plate, Castro crosses the plate, and the Twins take a 3-1 lead on a Ryan Jeffers opposite field 2 RBI double. There's a strike, and that's the 3rd out for the Twins, but some damage done. 3 walks is an Astro. And add another hit to that total. Brendan Rodgers with his 7th hit of the season has 5 now in this series, and he's a leadoff base runner for the Astros in the 2nd. Zach goes after the first one, grounds it towards the hole. Correa, nice play to second, and they turn the double play. That was not an easy ground ball to turn 2 on, and Carlos did a good job starting that one.
Advantage of it. Hopefully Paddock challenges him in the zone. Stayed with the changeup and didn't get the call. Seen some pitches to the bottom of the zone. Catch the zone not being called.
There goes Jake, and the pitch is swung on and tapped back to the mound. Paddock will underhand it to first, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 2nd inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 left on. Another quality plate appearance. Gasper ends up drawing the walk. The team with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in, and swings at the first pitch and singles into left field. So the Twins first time through the lineup with their 4th hit to go along with 2 walks. Swing and a miss. Quick work of the leadoff hitter Matt Wallner goes down on 3 pitches. So Rennell picks up his 2nd strikeout, first swinging strikeout, and there's 1 away. First time up. He's another guy that got down in the count 0-2 and kept working the count. This is a base hit to left that'll score a run. Around third comes Gasper. Going to third is Bader. And the Twins now lead 4-1 on a Carlos Correa RBI single. Correa's 2nd run batted into the year. until that swing off the plate. Rennell needed that one. That's strikeout number 3. 2 away in the second. That'll be the 3rd walk allowed by Blanco. And that'll load up the bases, and Joe Espada has seen enough on this Sunday afternoon. He hops out within 3 runs. Into center field. Myers moves towards right center, has room, and puts it away before he gets to the warning track. Hit pretty well to center by Castro, but that's out number 3. Paredes, who singled his first time up, now with a 2-1 count. This one into center field, playable for Byron Buxton. And that's the first out of the inning. Closer yesterday with a couple swings, but still kind of searching for it as he pops this one high in the air. Who wants it? It's on the infield. In fact, it's in foul territory. They're going to call an interference on Jordan and give it out to the Twins. Even though that ball wasn't caught by Jeffers, they're going to say Jordan got in the way of Jeffers to cause that ball to drop in. Call made by Chris Conroy at home plate.
He was in his batter's box. He's standing in the batter's box. There's no reason for him. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, where he doesn't move. Jordan does not move.
That's on the catcher for taking that route. You can't expect the hitter to bail immediately to get out of the way of the fielder.
4 innings, but only 1 run allowed. And then the bullpen went 5 scoreless beyond that. Walker goes down on strikes here with the help of an interference call. So allowed a hit and a walk in his first inning, and then he would retire 8 straight. This ball hit pretty well to straightaway center field by Jeffers, but played there by Jake Myers for the first out of the 3rd inning. He's a second baseman. Is a 14-year veteran who now plays left field and is going to try and make this play. Altuve on the run. Won't be able to get there. One hops over the fence. That'll be an automatic double for Edouard Julien.
You are getting the starts.
There's a swing and a miss. Contreras picks up his first strikeout, getting Mickey Gasper for the 2nd out. That one skied, shallow left. Should be easy for Altuve, who comes in a few steps and waits for it. Jose puts it away for the final out of the inning.
He was watching her soccer game the other night.
They're going to be in the same vicinity tonight, right?
For a second. Long distance relationships are tough. Let's focus on JP.
All right, focus on JP. So she's a soccer player. There's a ball tapped to the left side. Pretty good play by Paddock. Continue on, Julia. Too selective on that one as it catches the plate for a called 3rd. So the Astros down in order for the 2nd straight inning. Paddock starting to get in a rhythm. Wallner aggressive up there as a leadoff hitter as he goes after the first pitch and singles into right field. Broke his bat, but ends up with a base hit nonetheless. 2nd hit of the game for Wallner. In terms of pitches, with 42 pitches in an inning and 2/3. That'll be a 4-pitch walk. Correa on base for the 3rd time.
On that last shot that he had, but wow, that was fun.
Buxton goes the other way down the right field side, and that is a fair ball. Will score at least 1 run. Correa being held up at 3rd. That's an RBI double by Byron Buxton. And the Twins now have a 5-1 lead on their 8th hit of the game. Twins in that one outing. And he has given up 3 here in this outing on this base hit by Larnach, scoring 2 more. Correa and Buxton cross the plate. The Twins putting it on the Astros a little bit now. It's a 7-1 game. In the air, shallow center. Should be the first out of the inning, and it is. Jake Myers puts it away. Castro flies out for the 2nd straight time. 1 away in the 4th. For some of that with a 2 RBI double. Hits this ball high in the air to center field. Pretty well hit, but playable. Myers moves back on it. Tagging is Larnach. He's going to get to 3rd. That's out number 2. Another ball in the air, but this one's playable. Zach DeZenzo will come in a few steps, and that'll do it for the Twins in the 4th. But they add 3 more runs. Zach DeZenzo, good job taking a walk here to start the inning. Wisniewski gets Logan Gilbert. This ball is a fair ball down the third baseline. Jake Myers has himself extra bases. Zach DeZenzo will be held up at third as the throw comes back in. That ball stayed just fair past the diving Willie Castro, and the Astros have the first two runners on, heading to the top of the lineup. Altuve hooks one down the line. That's a nice play by Castro. Scoring is Zach DeZenzo, and safe is Jose Altuve, saying the throw pulled Mickey Gasper off the bag. So the Astros get a run, and Altuve will reach on the throw that was high for the first time here in the fifth inning. 2-1 pitch is lined to the left. That's going to be down for a hit. That'll score Jake Myers. Altuve to second, and the Astros scored 2 in the inning. They're now within 4. It's 7-3. Paredes with RBI number 3 on the season. That one popped high in the air, shallow left. Long run for Castro. Takes his hat off, and that's trouble. It's going to fall in. The bases will be loaded. Castro took his hat off initially, knowing he had a long run in field, and that's how the bases are loaded. And an 0-2 pitch is a called third strike. Walker, frustrated with that call, has a couple of extra words for Chris Conroy. Payne with a line drive to left. It's going to hold up, and Bader makes the catch. Altuve's tagging and trying to score. The throw went to second. He's safe. Altuve didn't initially tag, and then he went back and tagged when Bader threw the ball to second and got in. That turns out to be a sac fly the hard way.
Hit so hard that it stayed up. Watch Altuve at third base. Cruz Chica thought the same thing, that everybody was going to score on that line drive, but it stayed up and Bader caught it. And to Altuve's credit, was able to be heads up enough to commit to going to home plate on that throw to second base, and he takes advantage.
Through right here. Instead, he lobs one into shallow left center, going out Correa, and Carlos puts it away for the final out of the inning. But the Astros get 3 of them back to the count to Gasper. Swing and a miss. Montero strikes out the first batter he sees out of the pen. And there's one away here in the fifth. A run in the second. Didn't miss by much, but Bader draws a walk. That'll be a 1-out base runner for Minnesota. 5th walk allowed. Close at first. Bader just gets back in safely.
Joe Espada just gave a little headphone.
Oh,
he got that tag on the wallet before he got the hand back.
Good job by the.
He's not watching the replay, or they're watching it and they're not happy with how it's going to turn out.
The field is overturned.
There you go.
Runner is out. Houston will keep his challenge.
Good challenge, guys.
Baby.
Tapper the other way. Tough play, Paredes. In fact, he won't even try to throw out the runner, Walner. That ball placed perfectly against the way the Astros had aligned. Ground ball right side. Rogers on a few hops will move to his left, and Montero has a shutout 5th inning. 1 hit, 1 walk, a pickoff helped Rafael. That one looped into shallow right. Walner won't be able to get there. That's going to fall for a hit. Brendan Rodgers has a 2-hit game, and Rodgers in this series now has 6 hits for the Astros. That one skied in the air into shallow left field. Correa out, Bader in. It's the left fielder calling off the shortstop, and there's 1 away. Really good plate appearance. Jake Myers on base for a 3rd time today, his 2nd walk, including a home run. This one popped up on the infield. First baseman Mickey Gasper out number 2. Little punch shot into center. That's going to be in there for a hit. Rogers with 2 outs could break with a swing. He scores. Jake Myers to third. It is a 7-5 game. Paredes with 2 RBI singles the last 2 innings. Pitch number 9 to Alvarez. Line drive to left, coming on Bader, and he makes a great backhand diving catch to end the inning. Bader got a good jump on that one. 31 pitches, that's 132 pitches through 5 innings plus a batter. Swing and a miss. Buxton misses 96, well placed on the outside corner. Montero has his 2nd strikeout. on the ground. Rogers to his left makes the play. And that's the second out of the inning. Swing and a miss. Good 2 innings of work for Rafael Montero. He goes 1, 2, 3 here in the 6th inning, getting the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. That's where he's been ahead of the count. This one, a broken bat. The barrel goes beyond short. Topa took about 3 tries before he found the grip of the baseball. Gets hit by this pitch. Topa hits Pena with 1 out. That'll bring up Yainer Diaz. Yainer lobs one into left field. That'll be playable for Harrison Bader for the second out. He goes down on 3 pitches this time as Topa ends up working a shutout 7th inning. 2 of the Twins, they were trailing 7-1 when Montero entered the game. It's now 7-5. Zach DeZenzo moves in and makes a catch on that line drive off the bat of Brian Jeffers for the first out. Ball hit to right. DeZenzo moves to his left a few steps and puts it away for out number 2. Trying to hold up. That's a swing. And it's confirmed by John Tumpain. Another perfect inning for Brian King.
Consistently. Also has that curveball.
A little tapper. Duran is going to glove it and take it to the bag himself. Caratini retired. Jake goes down on strikes. Duran picks up a strikeout here for out number 2. Also reached on an error and scored a run. Shatters his bat. Duran has to skip out of the way and makes the play. So he starts the inning by making a play unassisted. He ends the inning with an assist. Hits the ball on the ground to short. Pena on a couple of hops. Will make a wide throw. That's going to be an error on the Astros shortstop. Knew he had to hurry, and a line drive off the bat of Matt Wallner. So the Twins have the first 2 base runners on. Correa on the ground. Pena's going to go to third. They get the lead runner there as Paredes stops on the bag. So Harrison Bader retired. Correa hits into a fielder's choice for the first out. This one skied way up in the air. Jake Myers, shielding the sun, is underneath it. Tagging is Kersey, and he's just bluffing as Myers puts it away for out number 2. Swing and a miss. Abreu will get Larnach swinging. Yainer Diaz has to complete the strikeout and does so. A shutout bottom half of the 8th inning.
It's in there.
Isaac Paredes, have yourself a day. 4th hit of the day for Paredes, who had 4 hits in the first 8 games of the season. A 4 for 5 day and a leadoff base runner here in the 9th. Joan Duran pitched the 8th inning, and now Jackson the 9th. Jordan crushes one all the way back, and we are tied up. Upper tank shot for 44. The Astros down 6. Have come back like the Cougars last night at 7-7.
Hi, Poppy. Taking the high heat and getting into the upper tank. That has got to feel good for Jordan. 2 pitches, 2 runs in this inning on the big swing from Jordan. Clutch City.
That was crushed.
That ball was smoked.
That was into the second deck.
418 footer.
Ugh. Now Twins fans are wondering why it was Jackson the 9th inning instead of Joan Duran. All tied up at 7, new ball game. Here, and that came from Chas McCormick. This ball sent in the air into right center field, pretty well hit. The new right fielder Kersey will play it off the wall. Buxton backing him up. And there is Christian Walker into second base with a double on an 0-2 pitch as he hits one off the wall and right.
Rockets. Astros barreling up. Griffin Jackson, this appearance. That's going back to the home run from Jordan. Just an elevated fastball that he mashed. Getting into the second row, the second deck. That would be a sweet swing of relief for.
Pena goes down on strikes. Jeremy, first out of the inning. Trying to check his swing. He goes too far. That'll be a strikeout for Griffin Jax. Back-to-back strikeouts after that double by Christian Walker, and there's 2 outs. Called third strike. That'll do it for the Astros in the 9th inning, but they tie it up on the big swing by Jordan. Senzo and Walker out of the game. Walker had been the first baseman every inning this season. This ball into left field. Jose Altuve is there with the sun beating down on him. Altuve goes down to the ground and says, "I could barely see that," for the first out. The Astros chipping away and tying it in the 9th at 7 apiece. That looked like it could have been a swing, and it is, as Jeffers will vacate home plate and be tagged out. That is out number 2. Ground ball towards Isaac Paredes. Takes his time and makes an accurate throw to the new first baseman, Mauricio Dubon. We're going to head to extra innings for the first time. Chaz will get his first at bat of the day. He's around to bunt. Bunts the ball towards the mound. It's going to be fielded by the new pitcher, Varland. He'll make the play, so Chaz with a sacrifice, advancing the runner to third base now with 1 out. That's wide, ball 4. Astros will have runners on first and third with 1 out, and Jose Altuve. There goes Myers, and that will take any hopes of a double play out of the equation as Myers takes second base. Line drive, base hit to left. 1 run scores. Myers being held up. Astros take an 8-7 lead. Their first lead since the first inning.
2 coming through in the clutch.
More with Isaac Paredes, infield still in. There goes Altuve, and the throw is going to go through. Here comes Myers trying to score. He is safe at home plate. Jake with a head-first slide on the throw by Willie Castro, and the Astros lead 9-7.
Oh boy.
Now Altuve is going to be out at third base. Altuve was already in scoring position.
We've got a guy at the plate with 4 hits today, too.
That's called third strike, but the Astros get 2. They do it with the unearned runner scoring and some stolen base work. Ground ball. Paredes is there. Looks the runner back to second. There's 1 away here in the 10th. Got him.
Beautiful.
7 times in 9 at-bats. Bader has gone down via strikeout against the Astros lefty closer, and the Twins down to their final out.
Beautiful.
Called third strike at the knees. The Astros complete the comeback. Down 6 to win it in 10 innings. 9-7. Josh Hader, 2 innings of work. And Blummer, that's a huge W to head to Seattle with a happy flight.
I completely agree with you. About halfway through this game, you were wondering how long that flight was going to feel going to Seattle after the Astros not performing well early on, using a lot of that bullpen, but the bullpen stepping up again to keep this game just close enough for this Astros offense to come back. Big swing from the big man propels the Astros into the lead and the eventual win. That was a great way to finish it.
Alvarez ties it with a 2-run home run in the 9th, and then the Astros scored 2 more in the 10th with some wheels, stealing some bases, and win it 9-7. A lot to break down today on the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. It will be Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic as your host. Lots of highlights, lots of analysis. We'll hear from that man and others, including Julian Morales gathering an interview on the field after this one. Astros win 9-7, their best win of the year. Back with more after this.